Welcome to the channel, everybody. Nothing like another case review. A lot of you have watched the review on the HQ issue when we compared it to the Plano pillar lock. And today we have a third case to check out, the Cabela's Ultra Armor Lite 2-gun case. I'm not sure if I would say that it is light. Now, in our previous review, we talked about how they kind of have the pricing on these cases figured out. You've got kind of an entry-level case here. It's a little bit wiggly, has some give, doesn't feel super duper solid. The clasps are pretty simple. They do alternate directions, right? You open it up and you can fit one kind of traditional hunting rifle that is scoped. There isn't the means to secure it in place, so sometimes it will have a tendency to move slightly if you travel, and you really don't want to have your gun slide down and hit the muzzle, so you have to be real aware of how it's oriented in that case. And this is kind of a bargain case. Over time, you notice this egg foam stuff is compressed here. I'd have to rip this out and redo it, but I just don't take this one out with me a whole lot. But it was kind of my first case, and I bought it with a budget-conscious mind. It does not have wheels. You do have these pillars that help retain some integrity, but it's kind of a bargain case, and you kind of get what you pay for. So that's probably in the $30 to $50 range, something like that. I think I might have got it on sale for like 25 or 30 bucks. Next step is this HQ issue. This is more along the lines of a $100 case. You do get the handle. You do get the wheels. If you want to see a more in-depth review of these, you can check out see a little bit of play in that lid when I wiggle it back and forth, but who's going to really be doing that? You do get egg crate foam style on top, but you do get pick-apart foam in the bottom. Does have the handle, and it feels pretty well made overall. Just so you guys know, this is of interest probably to most people that are looking at these cases. This case, this HQ on the inside is 13 inches on the opening. And on the length side, sorry about the camera, 38, like 40 inches. I'll tell you exactly. If you bear with me, I'll set this down. 40 inches and maybe a quarter on the long side. So this lever gun just barely fits in there. If you had an AR style gun, this might just be exactly the thing that you're looking for. I make sure that the butt of the gun is down towards the wheels, and I don't plan on flying with that case, so I don't mind that the barrel of that gun is pretty close to the edge. I think in the manual on this new Cabela's case, it says that you should leave an inch around these are kind of two-stage latches, are pretty nice. It says you should leave an inch around whatever you're securing for safety. I don't even know if I'm comfortable with that. So on the weights of these things, the pillar lock comes in at about 7 pounds. HQ comes in at about 15 pounds. And this big behemoth that we just got comes in at close to 25 pounds. I went in trying to buy the Pelican. They have a tactical case called the V700, I believe. The website indicated they had the V770 in stock, which I thought might be adequate for my needs. I went to the store, and alas, they did not have that. And they had this and something similar to this that had plastic latches for $199, and then this one was like one step up, I guess, was like $220 at the time of this filming. So these are the kind of cool, you click them, snap them down. They're the metal grip fasteners, although I did notice that right off the jump, the O-ring seal seemed to be a little loose, so these could probably stand to clamp down a little bit more. If you look at the Cabela's website, See that's a little wobbly too. So you know, I don't know if you ever get around that. It does say that it has the eggshell foam on the inside. That is not correct. It has this foam. It's a 2-layer on the bottom, and that 2 layers then allows you to pull out that top layer, put whatever it is you want to protect on here, draw a chalk outline, take a 1/4 inch off it for snug fit, and then cut it with a knife and protect whatever it is you want to protect. The thing is heavier, that's for sure. I don't know if necessarily it feels like it's going to do a better job of protecting. We'll put something in here so you can see what it looks like. You're going to have to pardon my camera work again so I can get you these measurements. Here's the thing. These tactical cases, like I said, that HQ, if you had an AR, it might do great. If you've got a tactical style rifle that has a 15 inches on the up and down, right? Or the fat part. And the long part gets you up to 44 inches, all right? If you have a tactical rifle that has a pistol grip and you have a scope on there with rings, you are going to be close to a foot. All right. So between the pistol grip and the top of your turret, right, you are looking at about 11 inches right there. So if you get one of those cases that is 13 inches wide, you're going to be awfully close both on the top and the bottom. It probably wouldn't be disastrous if your pistol grip were to get bumped, but if you're on your way to go do something and you had just spent time zeroing in your rifle and that optic gets bumped in transit, it might really set you up for a bad deal. So this Lite AR here in this case is removable via this. So again, you're going to have to pardon the camera. I'll set it down for a second and show you what how I think this thing is going to work. Loosen that. Push it out. And the dovetail comes off. So, if you've got a removable stock, now all of a sudden that 15 inches wide looks pretty good. And you can get this thing in there where there is cushioning all the way around it, right? I don't know, we'll figure out a place to put that thing that's kind of out of the way, possibly. And then if you're taking a trip, say you're going on a hog hunt or doing something else, you could probably even put full frame, that's full frame P229 DAK. It might be more room than I need. I could put a couple PMags in there, maybe a place for some M-LOK accessories, probably stick a bipod in there, probably stick a strap in there, bipod, PMags, and this thing's going to be pretty much filled out. I just couldn't find a way that I felt comfortable sticking this piece of equipment into one of those smaller cases. The real rub is on the smaller cases, you may get the length you need at 42 inches, even say up to 48 inches. But when you have that 1 foot, 12 inches up and down, or 13 inches up and down, it may work fine if you don't have this pistol grip style, but if you've got a decent size optic and a pistol grip, you're at 11 inches right there, and you're going to be buttoned right up against the edge of the case. So this Ultra Armor Elite Tactical is listed as a 2-gun case, but I really think, for me anyway, in this application, it's really effectively a 1-gun case. It is a bit heavy. It has wheels like the HQ. It feels pretty well constructed. The latches, like I said, are those little metal jobbers that clip on and drag down. And overall, I'm going to feel pretty comfortable. They do say that you cannot buy replacement foam directly from Cabela's. You have to call Boyd's. The foam that comes in it is not glued down. It is just set in there. So if you want to put some spray adhesive on there, you could, but then it may give you a problem if you ever need to change it out. I'll get this piece cut. Probably I'll cut out a little piece for the bolt, right? I got that Lite AR stock. Probably cut out a piece for the P-mag, maybe 2 P-mags. I could just travel with it in there. Probably going to have like a Harris bipod that's going to need to have a home. But this case will protect the gear, and it will have it so that I can grab one case and go, which will be kind of nice, and don't have to worry about how close that any piece of equipment is to the edges of this thing. So I think realistically in this application it's a 1-gun case, although it is advertised as 2. As for is it more robust than the HQ, I don't know, maybe. It weighs 10 pounds more for what that's worth, but time will tell. We'll have to get some miles on this thing and see how I feel about it. But it costs twice as much. So once again, the price points that you see, you've got kind of the entry guy, then you have the $100 guy, and then you have the $200 guy, and that's about $20 more than that Pelican that I was looking at earlier. But I even looked at the Apache over at Harbor Freight, which they want to compete with the Pelican, and it comes in at like $169, and it wasn't quite what I was looking for either. So part of this was just I had to buy whatever was available that would accommodate the size that I needed. It would certainly be great if somebody would make maybe a 48-inch case, 42-inch case, but that was a little bit wider. Part of it too is just the setup of this particular rifle has that 24-inch barrel, and a lot of the tactical rifles are a little bit shorter, so those other cases might accommodate those rifles, and if you have one, they may do just fine for you. But when you go to the sporting goods store, before you go, take some measurements of your weapon or whatever it is you're trying to stick into a case, and bring your tape measure with you, so when you're actually at the store, you can figure out what's going to work for you and what's going to work best. Feels like a solidly made case. I will tell you, though, 25 pounds is a lot to lug around. Once you fill it up with a bunch of stuff, I'm at 25, 35, 38, call it, 37, 38. Plus whatever else goes in here. I mean, you're lugging around over 40 pounds of gear in one container. It's going to get kind of heavy, but it's nice to have one container that you can do just kind of a grab and go. So Cabela's Ultra Armor Lite. I would not put the emphasis on light. 2-gun case right now about $220 at Cabela's. Nice metal fasteners. It does have a pressurization knob on there somewhere. I haven't seen it yet. We'll let you know how it goes. Hope this helps you. If this gave you a little bit of good information, please take the time to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will try to keep these things coming. Really appreciate you. I appreciate all of you for visiting and watching. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.